And now back to the Spyro Enter the Dragonfly Let's Play, where we're talking to the Spirit Dragon to get our electric breath. The electric... Now the different breaths in this game, aside from like the bubble breath only has one use, which is to... It's just to get the... to catch the dragonflies in. The electric breath, it opens this gate, and there's these special electric poles that you can only use zap with the electric breath. Other than that, it does nothing else. It just behaves like the normal flame breath. It gives a different visual effect when you kill an enemy with. There is one other use I just remembered. In the last level there's an enemy which is immune to fire breath, so you have to use your electric breath, but that's it. They really don't do anything special with the enemies in this game, other than the standard some enemies need to be charged, some need to be flamed. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think... Are there actually any enemies in the game that can only be charged? There might not be. I don't think any enemies have shields anymore. They're all chargeable. And flammable like none of them can just be charged. If they can be charged, they can be flamed as well, which is weird. Suppose I didn't think of that. And I'm probably just forgetting an enemy. We'll see. And we get another annoying tutorial from Sparks. The annoying owl from Ocarina of Time of this game is Sparks. Only he doesn't ask you if you want him to repeat what he's saying. But yeah, we have the electric breath gate, which doesn't actually automatically switch your breath to electric, so you have to manually switch it before you start, otherwise you're already going to give yourself a disadvantage. I think I don't think running through the gate starts it again, but an interesting thing you can do here is actually if you just zap the hay bales, it'll count, so you don't actually have to climb up and waste time. I just saw a gem there that I'll probably go back for. But once you get this area unlocked, you can do the infamous swimming in the air glitch. It's not the only level you can do it in, but most people do it here because, I don't know, maybe because there's just more things to do here, or more things to look at. Because the only other level you can do it in is more, it's a bit more compact, and there's not as much. It's not really anything interesting to see. There's actually two different ways of doing it in this game. Because in Spyro 2 there's a swimming in the air glitch. It's where you sort of dive at the edge of water, and if you do it at the right angle, and if you're lucky, it'll work. In this game, you stand at the edge of a well, not stand. You swim to the edge of a pool of water, and then you head bash while trying to sort of just hit sort of the edge of the land in front of you. The other way actually is these barriers, these netting, like this net, charging into it at a particular angle, at a particular point, will actually make you clip through it. I don't exactly remember where though. The swimming controls in this game, no, they're fine. They're like the other ones, really. I suppose you get caught on things a bit more easily, but I don't think they're that bad. Spyro in general has, I think, some of the best swimming sort of mechanics and controls. It's just so fluid and everything just works so well. Strange thing though is when you do the swimming in the air glitch, you can't stop moving forward. I'm not sure why that's a thing. I think that's only if you do it with the head bash technique. I don't think I show it off here because I've already done like a video on it, so there's no point. I may show it off at a different point. I could be showing it off now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's here. If you charge into the, there we go. So if you charge into it at a particular point, you do actually go out of bounds. Not sure why the game was paused there. So yeah, if you clip out that way, you can stay in place. But if you do the head bash method, you can't stop moving forward. You'll automatically just keep going forward. This allows you to clip through most walls when you're swimming in the air. Not all of them, but quite a lot of them. But I suppose I don't know, this is the closest thing to flying. And makes the game interesting, but this is also how you get to the final boss, sort of more quickly. The weird portal in the main area of the whole world. It's a portal that doesn't open up yet to the final boss, and you can only get to it through normal means when you've collected enough dragonflies. But the final boss is okay, Bill. You know you're not talking to anyone, Bill. he's just shouting from the barn. And they even made they even put an invisible wall there for the fence. But the final boss is odd because you can only, there's 3 phases to it, but you can only do certain phases depending on how many like dragonflies and I think maybe how many gems you have. So you can only do, I think, the last phase if you've like collected all the dragonflies. So yeah, and this is how you can just get straight into the 3rd area without actually needing the ice breath. Sometimes it can actually make the entire level unload. It reminds me of a glitch I once got in Grand Theft Auto 3 where the city unloaded and I was just walking around on nothing. But I think I managed to make it reappear. Or maybe not. Because I think what I was trying to do was I was going to show off I was going to show off Hunter talking to himself, but it just didn't work. Because I've done everything I need to in this area at the moment. Oh, there we go. Everything's back. But I'd finished and the part was a bit short, so I decided to play around with the swim in the air glitch. But I thought it was weird with the 3 phases of the boss, because one thing you can do is I think you can I think it's a really weird percentage. There's Hunter talking to no one. Because if you I think in order to get the 1st phase and the 2nd phase unlocked for the bosses, it's only a small difference, because whenever I was younger I never got the last phase unlocked, but whenever I actually unlocked the ability to go fight the final boss, I always did 2 phases. But I've seen it where people have managed to have done the final boss with only the first phase. It is there, because if you glitch at the start of the game, you will only fight the first phase of the boss. But yeah, you get booted out after you beat as many phases as you're allowed to do. I think if you come back, if you come back, you don't have to replay those phases that you've already done, which is nice of the game to do so. And we're just gonna charge Farmer Bill's crotch there, as you do. But yeah, that was it for this part. See you later.